have face cam today?
Yeah, face cam. Make it feel personal. Discussions. What is up, everybody? As you see in the thumbnail, we will be discussing about some championship, tailgate battle championship. I want to start. In the background, we have our boys, Viper. I'm sorry, I was gonna confuse you with Soldier for some reason. I'm so sorry. Are you even racing?
I'm going on the GP loop right now, kind of taking a short break.
Oh, okay.
About to hit it again.
Are you listening now?
Yeah.
Cool. I just started one off with just the basics of what we're going to be talking about. Again, we're going to start championship. It just occurred. Like, why not just do it with more people, more fun? Base it off initial D. Is the music in the background good? Question mark?
I'll have to check it. So I just started TOUGE.
Yeah, sorry about all the testing, sound testing. Just making sure you guys are listening well. Also, you don't want to hear the background music too much since we're just going to be talking. It's a little too low. I'll leave it at 75%, see what that is. I wonder if my mic's good. Let me know when you're ready, Ryder.
Like to start talking?
In general, yes.
I was born ready.
Yeah, just lowered it a little bit. Okay. Alright. So TOUGE Championship Battle, or TOUGE Battle Championship. My first thought on the championship was the amount of players. I was thinking about keeping it on 8 players. What's your input on that, Piper?
For a start, that's a good goal,
Yeah.
but we're inevitably gonna grow, so we could like do different leagues and stuff, and like start dividing it up further down the road if we need to. I just hit a wall.
Let me upgrade my
But yeah, 8 people seems like a good amount for a start.
8 people, if not 8, minimum 6. But what's the main goal here again? Just like any other race, just want to include people, see, like, just, you know,
Just have fun.
have fun, test your
Race,
limits.
drive your favorite cars.
Yeah. So let's start out with tracks. All right. So I was thinking, you want to go or?
I think you should go first.
I mean, I'm just gonna explain the gist of my ideas, and then we'll talk about it, write it down, see what fits, and of course we're always gonna keep it open because nothing is perfect. And and you want to be fair for everybody. So talking about tracks, and there's gonna be one track I'm gonna aim at specifically, which is just Nürburgring. There'll be a certain amount of categories. Wait, is that the right word? Categories?
Like different parts of the track, yeah.
Yeah. For example, one race would be something we call the turnaround, which basically means there's a certain spot where you're gonna start, and then there's another spot where you're gonna have to turn your car and race backwards. We'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, that's one, for example, one category of racing. I was thinking of keeping that as a cat and mouse type of race, because I don't think more than 2 cars is out there. It's gonna be safe.
Yeah, that would be very dangerous.
Yeah, and we're keeping it like Initial D inspired and based on.
Kind of like Initial D / MF Ghost.
Yeah, you know, just the process of cat and mouse. And then there'll be a second type of race on the Nür, which will be a full lap of the Nürburgring. There's many ideas on that. Me and Viper kind of briefed on it, but we'll definitely go about it in a bit. And then, what was the third?
Another one was something I wanted to call Sector Rush, where we would like choose a certain part of the track as a start point, and then like a minute or 2 course length to another part of the track. So like the part that I'm going through right now, we could make this like a Sector Rush.
Yeah.
Where it's like we start like 30 seconds back from here, and then just run through here, and it's all just sweeping corners.
Okay.
Or we could do it at a different part of the track where it's all like mostly uphill, top speed oriented. We could do that too.
Yeah,
there's just a lot of possibilities with the Nürburgring.
That's what I love about the Nür, to be honest. Let's see. But yeah, and then there's always this other version I was thinking about, which is MF Ghost inspired. Basically, all 8 or 6 players, how many players we got, or we managed to, hop on board. We all race one lapper on the Wait, not one lapper. On MF Ghost, there's usually 2 to 3 laps. From what I seen in the anime, I think they kept it at 2. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, many different types of races. Of course, there's way more details. For example, the car setups and the limits we're gonna put in. But for now, I just wanna brainstorm with my friend Viper here all over again on what we're thinking about each track. Each phase of the races. So yeah, let's start with the first one, which is the turnaround. Viper.
Yes.
What do you
So the turnaround will basically just be like, as you said, we have a start point and then a turnaround point, and that start point after the turnaround point becomes the finish line. So the main purpose with that would be like quick head-to-head races, or like cat and mouse races where you're going back and forth, and it'll relatively be shorter ones, kind of like a minute length, like from one end to the other, and then a minute length back. And that could be like in a certain like division, or for like recreational races.
Yeah.
And you mentioned cat and mouse. Do you want to dive into the rules that we thought of for
cat and mouse?
Cat and mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat and mouse, we're gonna be... we did talk about it a lot. From what my idea was, keeping it Initial D inspired again, the rules. Basically, whoever starts, just like in the race, whoever starts, if they're gonna win, they have to at least be past 3 car lengths of the person behind, or with, or DNF on the person behind. That's how kind of realistic I was thinking as well, keeping the races. But also in case the person behind, again, it's not 3 car lengths and it kept up right with you. That means there's a restart. Well, not a restart. Should I call it a restart or next round?
So like,
It's more like a
basically
next round.
the lead would have to pull away by 3 car lengths to win their round,
Yeah.
and the mouse would have to keep within 3 car lengths or finish ahead of them in order to win that round.
Right.
If the lead car wins the first round, and then the mouse car that becomes the lead car wins the second round, causing a 1-1, it goes into a reset to 0 and it does that over and over again until somebody hits both in a row, like they win both in a row. So like if you start as mouse, you would have to win as mouse and then win as lead. You can't win as lead and then win as mouse across 2 separate rounds.
So it just keeps going until there's. How do we keep this going?
What do you mean?
For example, the mouse just kept behind, right? So now there's another round. Now the mouse is
Right.
in front on the lead.
So like the lead would, like the first lead of the first round would go lead, and then the mouse would be the first round mouse. And then they would switch for the second run. So then the mouse would become the lead and the lead would become the mouse. If one driver wins one time and the other driver wins the other time, it resets the score back to 0, and then it's all over again. The first lead is the first lead again, the first mouse is the first mouse again. Until somebody wins twice in a row. Without a reset.
Okay. We can go with that.
It's a lot easier to explain in practice than it is in theory.
Yeah, again, I do understand. It's just, I thought maybe just keeping it simple. But also, I just like your idea because my idea is a bit more harsh. You know, if person on lead can win by passing more than 3 car lengths on the car behind, and they just win the round automatically. You know, moving on.
But then that means the mouse doesn't have a chance to come back.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it.
Now remember, I also, this is another part of the rules I was thinking is the tire degradation. I want to make it really, really harsh, so almost realistic, to the point where it adds another way of thinking for the drivers. You know, it's not just like, oh, we can go again and again and again. Now you gotta think about your tires. Do you really, like, should you push this lap, or do you want to risk it, burn as much tires, rubber as you can, maybe go for a pass? You know, many other ways of thinking while you're driving. And it's going to be the same for both drivers. You know, tires are going to be burned. Styles of driving is going to have to change. It's all up to the drivers, and that's what makes it more interesting in the TOUGE.
I really like the idea of tire wear being a part of these.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really like it. We just need to do a bit of testing to see like what works best with what modes, like what styles of racing.
Yeah. So that's one of the rules. What else?
Hitting walls.
Hitting walls. What do you think about the rule of DNFs? Because again, I know I'm really thinking harshly right now. Like, this will go.
A big thing for DNFs would be like, to make it realistic, I feel like we should have heavy damage. And then like, let's say like for a DNF, your engine has to be damaged.
But are you thinking like, even though, let's say someone gets in a big crash, they can just continue? Or should they just retire right there and call it a loss?
Like, they can call a forfeit if they want.
But you're saying like, if they crash, they can still continue?
If their engine isn't damaged, yes.
Okay.
Because basically once your engine is damaged, you lost anyway.
Yeah. Plus, you'll be all the way behind. So, yeah.
Right.
If you don't catch up 3 car lengths behind, in front, behind the leader, then yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna input on your idea on the point setup. You have it on there. You know what happens if a driver is way behind? Does he still have another chance, or should that be another race?
What do you mean?
Let's say you're front, right? I crash, but I kept going. My engine's fine, but I'm like 25 seconds behind, and I finish. Do I still have another round? Or should that be like, okay, that's way too much, that's more than 3 car lengths, and automatically you win. And you move on to the next opponent.
I think that would also beg the question, if the mouse overtakes, does that mean the mouse automatically wins? It kind of doesn't, like, if you are the lead and you pull away more than 3 car lengths, give or take, because we can't really gauge that correctly, and you automatically win, that's basically saying, as soon as the mouse passes the lead, they win. It kind of just, if you don't have that rule of like finishing instead of just having it happen, then it kind of just makes the races super short.
Okay, I see what you mean. It was an accident. Of course,
if they fall too far behind, they could always call a forfeit.
I'm just saying because it's like crash, you're way behind. An initial D, that's an automatic loss.
Well, we could also say, like if you forfeit, you also forfeit your points.
Oh, and you want to do the point system, right?
Yeah, so like if you forfeit and you're like gonna get 4th place, but you like fall behind and you get really mad, you like rage quit per se, and you end up forfeiting, if you might have gotten points at 4th place, but now you just forfeit, so you lost all those points. So it kind of encourages you to finish the race.
Oh, okay.
Does that kind of make sense to you, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm writing this down. Just
yeah.
Or do you want me to write it down? That's fine if you want me to. Okay.
I'll get it.
So we got that on the rule system. Just to, again, one thing we do want to focus on this is, and it doesn't, that's when I'm like, I think I'm just wrong on thinking harshly on the races. It's like, just in case we have new people trying to like participate, and yeah, they know how to
we can have like amateur leagues where it's like light damage or like no damage at all. That way it's a bit more friendly towards newcomers.
Yeah. But we'll see. We don't even know who's going to be joining our championship.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else?
So I'm going to say heavy damage, if engine gets damaged, instant loss, not instant forfeit. Instant loss would be like you still get your points.
Okay.
But like if you don't have your engine damaged and you forfeit, you lose the points that you would obtain from that event.
Okay. Oh, one thing I do when I talk about is, well, there's a lot of things to talk about. We were talking about the tracks, like different types of racing you can do on the TOUGE.
Yes.
But before we already jumped into like the rule setup, but I think we should talk about something important. No, not on stream, no.
It's always something important.
It's not one thing. I'm not even gonna try too hard. Let's just move on. Do you want to continue talking about rules, or do you want to continue about the types of racing?
I could talk about the types of racing.
Alright, so we finished with Ken on the turnaround. Then there's the second one, which is full lap.
Yes. There's that sector rush I mentioned, where it's like certain parts of the track from like a minute 30 to 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then the whole like endurance aspect that you thought of from Let's Go, that could be implemented pretty well into like a tournament final event kind of.
Yeah.
Like end of season.
For sure. Again, it's gonna be a lot of input in maybe one stream, and I don't want everyone. Oh, you guys gotta wait till tomorrow to do the next type of racing. You know, that's why I was keeping it a bit harsh, so we could just move on from one type of racing to the next, and everyone can keep trying. Oh, okay, now I remember. I wanted to talk about the PP limit.
Yes.
Before we even talk about like the types of races. Yeah, PP limit. It's what we're thinking is basically for example, what I was doing with this car, my RX-8, I will call it like types of faces. For example, there's stages. I was thinking stage 1, for example, that will be a certain rule with the PP limit, meaning you're not just gonna have comfort soft tires for everyone, but we're gonna have we would add limits to like the weight and the horsepower. What else? What else should we nerf? Weight, horsepower. But basically even though like you can maybe input more stuff like that, you only have a certain amount of like PP level to set up your car for the TOUGE.
Yes. So like what I was kind of thinking, just as an example, would be like we would have like a certain category where it's like comfort softs only, and then 460 pp to 500 pp to kind of like keep the cars somewhat close. That way you don't have to be like perfect spot on the money 500. And this will come into play a little bit more when I talk about future like events that could be part of the championship. And then for sport soft tires cars that will be running sport softs, of course, they will be higher PP, so you can run a bit more power in them because they'll have a bit more grip. So I was thinking like a cap of 580 to 620 PP to make them a bit faster, but still kind of competitive.
Yeah.
Now, when I mentioned these PP ranges, the performance point ranges, I'm thinking that like we could have different events that are like different PP limits. So like some events could be like maximum of 600 PP or like maximum of 610 PP. And I was thinking, since we're going to be accepting every skill level of driver, we could have everybody join in on the same one, but offer a bonus reward to people who use a slower car, like a lower performance rating, in a higher performance rating championship. So like, let's say a very fast driver, he's very confident, and wants to use a 580 pp car in a 620 pp event, where like a ton of people are going to be running 620 pp cars. If they end up, this is just my theory, if they end up getting on the podium, they could get bonus points based on the percentage difference of their car's PP to the limit PP. So like, the difference of PP between 580 and 620 is 40, and 40 is about 7% of 580. So that driver would get 7% bonus points for that event if they got on the podium first, second, or third, on top of whatever points they already get from the event, which we aren't sure of yet.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool idea to kind of encourage people to like drive slower cars fast.
I like that idea. It's a bit more challenging and also kind of fair if maybe you're not like the best driver out there. You can always max out on PP and, you know,
Hopefully win.
win. Well, you know.
But then it also gives the better drivers more chance to extend their lead even further if they're already at the front of the leaderboards by driving a slower car to get even more points. So then that kind of also encourages how much you fine-tune your car setup, because your car setup can determine how much your car is rated in terms of performance. Also, no pressure on watching it.
I'm just cruising, to be honest. I shouldn't, because now like I got when I'm racing, I just like to focus on the race. But let's see. Yeah, so there's gonna be limits. So not just like max horsepower and you know all that stuff. We can actually do that maybe. We'll do an event where like it's unlimited, all out. Who can like make the best TOUGE car out there? You know.
Right.
If you were able.
Obviously within certain limits, but like.
What? What's the point of it unlimited if?
Because if we do that, we could just get cars with Bugatti engine swaps.
Oh. We can do that?
Yeah, you can do certain, like the Nissan GTR can get a Bugatti Chiron engine swap.
Oh no. How about Miata? There's definitely a Miata kit. No. I bet you right now, if you Google Miata Bugatti engine kit, you're gonna find one. Dude.
No, an LSVA barely fits in one, dude.
But okay, yeah, I didn't expect that. Oh no, I'm kind of new with the engine swap things.
No, it's all good.
But
we could just say like we can ban engine swaps.
Yeah, so even though it's unlimited, we obviously gotta limit some stuff, like engine swaps.
Just so we can stay fair.
Right. Like you wanna upgrade your Type R as much as you want. Go ahead, that's part of the car. Or like your BMW engine, that's all you. But engine swaps, it's okay.
Don't come to us when your Vanos gear breaks.
That's even if you can even control that much power on a normal car. Oh man.
But other ideas that kind of like for the restricted events, where we mentioned like PP limits and power limits and stuff, I was also thinking we could do like aspiration limits where it's like turbo engines only or natural aspiration engines only. And then we could also do like drivetrain events where it's like front wheel drive only, rear wheel, like front rear only, mid rear only, all wheel drive only.
Yeah.
Just kind of like shakes it up. And then we could also do like 80s tournament, 90s tournament, modern day tournament, like 2010s plus.
Yeah. There's so many ideas on the, you know, various events we can throw down.
Yeah, we have a lot of creativity that we can do with this. Like, there's so much we can do.
Yeah. All for you.
Now that kind of begs the question, how can we make sure everybody stays engaged?
What do you mean?
Like, how can we make sure people can attend as many events as they want, while still being somewhat fair? That's where I came up with the idea that's like, we would submit a certain like event calendar with all of the restricted events listed on certain days, certain times of the day. And each competitor would submit like a certain amount of cars, whether it be like 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars. We would have a certain amount at some point. But they would submit that many cars so that way they can participate in as many events as possible that they want to, or like their favorite cars. So like say they love driving the R32 Skyline and the Evo X, they could drive the Civic Type R. Like if they want to drive all of those, then that kind of rule set would allow for that, and it would also allow for the cars to be driven in a ton of different events.
We could do that. I don't see how it'll hurt anyone. Plus, if they want to drive their favorite cars, tailgate will stop them anyway.
Exactly.
Real life tailgate.
We want people to be able to have as much fun as possible.
Yeah, real life tailgate, you'll bring whatever car you got.
Real life tailgate, people bring their K trucks.
I seen that before.
that one guy drifting his wide body lowered K truck.
Yeah.
That guy got arrested for it apparently.
They caught him?
Yeah.
Dude. R.I.P.
Rip legend.
Rip legend. He sure will come back.
He was shredding, you can't lie.
Dude, wasn't it in the snow though? Or I saw the one in the snow.
But still, sliding is sliding.
True. But yeah, I agree with that. You can bring the cars that you want. And the tailgate just, of course,
obviously within certain restrictions.
Yeah, and
we could like list you the events that you can participate in.
Yeah. Like if you want to bring your Type R, be like, oh, we got some FF events on this date, or we did a normal tailgate, and you should be inspired on this day. You can bring your Type R thing.
And obviously we would have like free roam days where we'd all just like get on in a lobby and just have fun.
Definitely down for that. Just talk to everybody, see how they're doing.
Outside of competition, you know, keep it friendly.
Yeah.
We're gonna be friends before enemies.
Heck yeah.
We want to keep this a positive racing environment so everybody can grow. Speaking of, we will like extremely encourage people to help each other with setups.
Yeah.
Like it won't be obviously required, but it will be highly encouraged because we want everybody to grow.
I agree with that. In case maybe someone else likes the RX-8 and be like, oh, I have this setup, a friend bike that put me on. This is how I do it. That's how I use it.
So like you could say like I kind of turn in a little smoother and then exit. I kind of punch the throttle a little bit.
Yeah.
Like as an example, I don't know if that's actually how you drive it.
I've been driving this cart like a little too much. I just ignore any other driver style. So I don't know what to compare this car to. Especially now since I moved it up a little bit.
Is it up to 620 pp?
I think it's more. Because this is the stage 3 that I'm gonna make it the unlimited version.
Okay.
So I'm pushing it all the way to the limits. And then I'll make my stage 2 my high PP car with limits, and then my stage 1 as low PP.
Right, but you also gotta consider if you like this like one specific car, like you love your RX-8 in this game.
Yeah.
If you submit like more than one RX-8, that kind of limits you on variety of events.
I guess.
So that's why I was kind of like saying it encourages people to drive a variety of cars.
Yeah. Like.
And I love that idea.
Yeah. I won't. What's it called? For example, in the FF events, I will obviously bring in front-wheel drive.
Right. I'll bring my Mini.
Yeah. I won't just.
But like, if we're gonna have like cars for like, say your car is a comfort soft tire car,
yeah,
it won't be able to run sport soft events. Like you can't just change the tires. Your car is eligible for the events it's eligible for and nothing else.
Okay. Let's see. I want to talk to you about that. See if maybe we can because I remember in MF Ghost, people would bring freaking Ferraris and Lamborghinis to the race, but they all had like a certain amount of. I think it was. I know tire compound. Everyone had to have the same tire compound. So I was thinking.
It's kind of like a competition tire event.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe we can bring in like different types of power, but You just have to drive it on this on like comfort sauce maybe, which will be super difficult.
700 horsepower.
Yeah, you see what I'm getting at? So it's gonna be kind of
Yeah.
even. Cause
Like we would have invitational events like that where it's like something completely random, like 100 horsepower racing soft tires, where it's just like all the grip in the world but no power.
yeah.
And it would just be an invitational event that would be kind of like for fun.
Okay. What about for MFGO style racing?
Where it's like the same tire and then everybody is like on a long track.
Yeah. For a 2-lapper.
That could also work pretty well for it, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Keeping the MFGOs inspired on the 203 lapper.
That could be the, I think like the longer races would fit better as an invitational event actually. Like run during the daytime, and you, like everybody has like the same power limits, the same weight limits, the same tires. So like, let's say like, for example, 250 horsepower, 2,500 pounds, and sports hards. That way there's no like variation in PP limit or anything. It's just what platform do you get, and how do you drive it.
Okay. I mean, dude, I don't want to just limit everything on certain events. But
Right.
that's
We
kind of
will have our open events.
I will say let's focus first on our main theme, you know, surrounding TOUGE.
Okay.
So now I would say that's going back to like the 4 phases of you know what we're gonna do in the NER. Phase 1, we'll do a turnaround. Phase 2, be a 1-lap race. Phase 3, what you said it was a hot lapper?
The sector rush stuff, or
Sector
whatever,
rush.
where it's like different parts of the track. That could probably come before the 1-lapper.
Oh yeah, because that's kind of like phase 1 type racing.
Yeah. That would be like your entry-level tournaments mostly. Like that's what they would mostly consist of. So like, say you like first get into it and you're like in a slower car, like comfort soft 460 pp event, it's gonna be like shorter sector rush events.
Yeah. And then there's again 4-stage MFGO is inspired. Everybody from that was playing or participated in TOUGE racing jumps in. Everyone has a certain PP limits, tire, weight, and then we all jump in track and see how we do.
I feel like setting a minimum weight really helps for PP limits. Because if you set a minimum weight, that means you can't have a car that's just way too fast around corners. So it kind of encourages people to build up their power a bit more at the cost of more weight.
Yeah.
Like that one Supra I have, it has 500 horsepower, but it weighs 3,400 pounds.
Jeez. What do you think a good weight would be?
Hang on, I'm gonna pull it out real quick.
Okay.
Now I'll drive along with you so we can see how close they are. Where is it?
Alright.
So like this car will have 0 high-speed grip, but it's really good in low-speed corners and on straightaways.
Are you behind me?
Yes.
What car you got?
The 500 horsepower Supra.
Ooh, okay.
We're gonna see how even these cars are.
You got more downforce.
You do, yeah. You have a lot less weight and a lot more downforce, but I have a ton more power.
Okay.
So we're gonna see how they kind of compare.
You want to try our race? What should we call it? Like, I know I don't want to call it events because we're using that for the actual different
Like just
events.
us having a one-on-one race.
No, like the 4 stages of Oh, there you go, stages. Stages?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go back to stages.
Do you want this to be a head-to-head or a
So, for example,
can mode?
let's do stage 1.
So just a little sector rush?
No, I can't amount. There'll be a turnaround.
Okay.
Here, I'll be the lead.
Well, I think stage 1 will kind of be like a mix of sector rush and cat and mouse, to be honest. That way it's not just the same style of event over and over.
Okay. So we're mixing those two. So sector rush. There'll be a.
And stage 2 would kind of be like stage 1 plus 1 lap attacks, and then stage 3 would be stage 2 plus the longer races. So like stage 1 has cat and mouse with sector rush, right?
Yeah.
Stage 2 would have stage 1 events, so like cat and mouse and sector rush, as well as the 1 lap attacks, or like longer sectors.
Okay.
So like 3-minute to 4-minute sectors.
Oh, okay, just switching it on.
And then stage 3 could have like everything from stage 1 and stage 2, so the cat and mouse races, the sector rush races,
So full
and
lap.
the full laps, and the longer ghost races, like the MF ghost races.
Oh.
It's that way, it's kind of like a mix of a bunch of events. That way, just because you move up a stage doesn't mean you miss out on those older stages, like styles. So that way, in stage 2, you still have cat and mouse races.
So tired.
I hope that made sense.
I'll replay this.
Okay.
Okay, we're 43 minutes in. I'm gonna listen to this again. I see what you mean now. Like, not you know, a player comes in late. Like, oh, am I still late for stage 1? No, we're still in stage 2. Okay, but everything in this show be inspired again.
Yes.
Alright.
So what are we gonna do this time?
We're gonna do a turnaround on the
Turn around cat and mouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. You ready?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So to those that are watching this video, this is an example of cat and mouse on a turnaround course.
So the leader determines when it starts. For example, I'll just go now, full gas.
And I have to react to it as the follower. And now it's my job that to make it so that by the time the race ends, I'm within 3 car lengths or ahead of the lead driver.
Ooh, that was bad. My car did not react well.
Dude, just for the sake of the video, I'll let you go past again.
Not going well already. Alright. But anyways, yeah, I'm lead. I gotta maintain lead. Or if I want to win, I don't know how I gotta do it. Pull up a trick or something, but the person behind has to be 3 car lengths away. Jesus. Okay. This was a random upgrade, so I know what to fix now.
I wasn't expecting you to swing across like that. And dirty tires.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
I Always, right?
So now we're at the turnaround point, so we have to turn around.
I forgot.
And the turnaround is actually very strategic.
Yeah, do it well.
You can
and
make
you'll
up
be
a ton
ahead.
of time.
Yeah. Just like this case. See, I didn't. I messed up.
My left foot cramped.
I can wait
After
up.
braking. No, that's fine. It was just the sudden heavy braking that really did it. I'm going 150 right now.
155 on me. I know one of these turns, yeah, they're super tight.
One of them is deceptively tight.
I think it's this one? No, wait, the next one.
But you see, a turnaround course really adds an extra layer of like skill involved, because you need to run the course that you just ran but backward in the same race.
I think we should allow practicing before a race.
Yeah. We'll have like a 30-minute practice session for like everybody from every stage to run together.
No, I need that practice.
Kind of like how Formula Drift runs it, where they like pair certain people up for practice. Alright, so now I won that round as the follower, the mouse. So now if I want to win here, I have to win as the lead. Get ready on the start line.
Alright.
So yeah, now if I want to win, I have to win now. Because if you win, we reset. And also, just as an act of courtesy, if you're behind in our TOUGE runs, you might want to turn off your brights to like not distract the driver in front.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It was a good way to tell people that are watching this video.
Sure. That's less light, but you just gotta keep it respectful. You don't want to blind the bank for it. Just hope he has his head on. Then you can see the track. Oh, I see a little drift. I don't know if that's controlled.
Not really. I just had my foot pinned. Toyota power. Toyota Corolla.
This is why I love the low. I'm gonna love the low PP races because comfort softs, even though they're softs, you're gonna do some drifting if you want to get around that corner quick. It's a little more initially compared to like sports softs. Then you got more. Oh crap! It's a turnaround.
Did you forget?
I keep forgetting. I'm so used to just like going for it. But yeah, anyways, yeah, low PP. Those rear tires or front tires, you just gotta drive it somehow, but they're gonna slip.
Comfort softs are very tricky to drive on because you're either sliding the rear or sliding the front. There's no in between.
You should just bring a little bit of skill to keep the car in balance.
I've almost lost the car like 5 times already on my way back.
5 times already.
Or you've actually lost the car.
I think the car is just too light for my liking. I just thought I could use this setup. Way too light. Like the downforce can't keep it down. A little paper. I guess with enough practice, maybe I can pull it off. I think it's too risky. I gotta change it.
Alright, so I just finished. So that means I won twice in a row.
Meaning
in one round.
The TOUGE.
Meaning I won the round in 10 rounds.
And now, again, assuming we got 8 people here.
It would be kind of like a tournament bracket where I'd like move on to the next round.
Yeah. But with the winner of whoever won.
Yes.
And just for reference, let me go ahead and pull out another car.
Like, let's try a slower car this time.
Let's go. You want to try Hachiroku's?
New ones or old ones?
I know you hate the old ones, so I guess new ones?
I mean, I don't hate them. Hate's a very strong word.
Oh, true. I guess you disagree with its driving potential?
In some aspects, yeah, the suspension's just a bit too soft.
So yeah,
Are we running comfort softs or sport softs?
Comfort softs, just to change it up.
Okay.
Comfort softs. You got the new Hachiroku GR?
Yeah, 2021. And this car is about 475 pp with comfort softs. And the big difference you'll notice between comfort softs and sport softs is the lightness in the steering.
Yeah, I feel it.
And steering is more of a suggestion than it is a demand.
It's not keeping you on your toes, but it will keep you on your toes once you start sliding.
Right now on this like little run up to the north loop, I'm just having a little bit of a feel of when the car wants to slide and when it doesn't.
It rotates for sure. I wouldn't say slide, it's what it really wants to do.
It's hard to control the slide kind of, but it does want to slide. It's like it wants to slide on entry and then just like kind of slowly grip up through the corner.
Kyoto. No.
It took me a year and a half of driving manual in real life to finally start trying to learn how to rev match while braking. So which one are we doing now? Are we just gonna try a full lap run, or
Let's try a full
we're
lap
gonna do
run.
another turn? Okay. Head to head or cat and mouse?
Well, if it's a full lap,
Let's just run a head to head.
okay, makes sense. If it's a 2-lapper, we'll consider an MF ghost race.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I good?
Brights off.
Wait,
I'm ready.
oh,
Are we doing standing start honks or are we doing rolling start honks?
let's do a honk.
So standing start?
Yeah.
Okay. You do the honk on 3.
That's headlights. What the heck? I'm sorry, I did not expect that from the steering wheel so light. So heavy to so light.
So now in this style of race, a head-to-head race is basically just whoever finishes first wins. I'm not used to these tires, man.
It's a big change, huh?
It is.
See, that's what's gonna make the stages so fun to play with. Oh yeah. Did I nail that drift? I should remember I shouldn't be drifting.
It's hard to resist in this car, isn't it?
It is. It's not what you want if you want to win. Whoa. I don't know, maybe in certain points.
What, because you just saw me drift?
Nah, just in general. I know
Yeah,
certain.
some corners require a little bit of a drift. What I like to call a TOUGE drift.
Professional standard would be, what would it be? Rotation.
Yeah.
Little Japanese rotation. No toe pads for the car. I gotta turn my headlights on.
Yeah, you're good. Hit a curb at 120 and it settled the car a lot. Oh yeah, when you run these TOUGE events, make sure you have custom headlights.
Helps a lot.
You're gonna want them. But yeah, comfort sauce would basically be for your lower power cars to make them a bit more lively.
You do bring the life out of them. It's keeping you on your toes. Such a different way of driving.
It's a lot more forcing.
Slow step.
And I have to pay a lot more attention to how I manipulate my brake pedal as well.
Yeah. It's not just gun it for throttle anymore. I need practice, okay? I need practice. Don't judge me in the comments.
Everybody needs practice, even pros. There you are.
What's up? Oh,
I see you now.
let's see how far. Oh, you're far. That's not even you. That's the normal red lights on the corner. Damn. I mean, those are the people.
That's why we were, like, I was suggesting, like, different PBs. I just got a huge deja vu. I have been in this place before, but not higher on the streets.
Huh.
And it's not my place to go.
I can't tell if you're making song references. But yeah, this will be what is it? One lapper, certain what's it called? Certain PP. For example, we use
Head-to-head races.
yeah, we use stock GR86 with the same tires. Head-to-head races. Now this is just like a 1v1, but then there's the MF Goals version, which is everybody in the lineup. Ow. I felt it on my steering wheel.
It was a baby tap.
Was no baby tap. It was a 10-year-old tap. And yeah, what do you think
About what?
about everything? The TOUGE Championship.
I like it, dude. This would be
Yeah.
so much fun if we can get people on board.
Hell yeah. Next stream, we'll maybe we should jump in public lobbies and start asking some people, see what they think. What do you think?
Yeah. We should try that.
Cool. Alright then. What do you think? Should we end the live stream here? Another round?
I'm kind of tired, so.
Oh yeah, I feel you. Alright then, guys. We'll call it quits right here. Again, just a few talk. We talked it out. We have everything on paper, so go by the rules. Next time you see us, well, next time you see us, we'll be recruiting, and then we'll start the races. The TOUGEs. That's what I meant. Alright. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching. If you watched and you liked, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Arigato. Oh wait, arigato and... Can I say goodbye?
I mean, sayonara is
Sayonara.
the way to say goodbye.
Doesn't even-
Sayonara minasan.
Oh my